Hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning day to watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning day to tickets. Watch the market unfold. Grand Rising, Joyous Awakenings. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Wednesday, August 26th. Happy Wednesday. This is a pre-market briefing where we break down the economic calendar, earnings, overnight market activity, and the pre-market trends across our $1 trillion tickers, major ETFs, and sometimes indices. Whether you're building wealth through long-term investing or preparing for today's trading session, the goal is to help you approach the market informed, focused, and prepared. This morning, inflation and economic growth data arrived largely in line with expectations, although the GDP price index came in slightly higher than forecasted. And when that data dropped, the Dow Jones reversed tremendously. It was pushing pre-market highs before the data dropped, and when the data dropped, it dropped about 100 points. So that's the Dow's reaction to that data. However, today's biggest corporate catalyst is still ahead of us. Nvidia reports earnings after the closing bell, and that announcement could determine the next major move across semiconductors, artificial intelligence stocks, and the broader technology market, and the market as a whole, because it is the largest holding in SPY and QQQ. Before we get into more data, let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I'm the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, now let's get into more details when it comes to this data. We had core PCE price index month over month forecast 0.2%, came in right in line at 0.2%. Next, we had preliminary GDP quarter over quarter forecast of 1.5%, the actual right in line 1.5%. And then we had the preliminary GDP price index quarter over quarter forecast was 6.2%, but the actual result came in slightly hotter at 6.4%. 2 of the 3 reports were perfectly in line with expectations. The slightly hotter GDP price index could keep some inflation concerns alive. We do have Nvidia earnings after the market closes. Wall Street consensus is approximately $92 billion in quarterly revenue with $2.09 in adjusted earnings per share. Those estimates could represent nearly 100% year-over-year growth in both revenue and earnings. Wall Street is expecting Nvidia to represent 100% year-over-year growth in earnings and revenue. Wow, that's really high expectations, y'all. Nvidia snapped a 7-session losing streak on Tuesday, gaining approximately 2.2%. That was its longest losing streak since 2019. Tonight, investors will be listening for Blackwell demand, the transition toward the Rubin platform, data center growth, gross margins, China-related revenue, and management guidance for the next quarter. The market has placed an extremely high bar in front of Nvidia. A headline earnings beat may not be enough by itself. Guidance and management's outlook for AI infrastructure demand could determine the reaction across a lot of the market. The Fear and Greed Index is at 59, so we're back in greed. What else we got? Now the VIX is at 15.60. The 10-year Treasury yield is at 4.63%. A slight gap down overnight. Gold is at $4,629 an ounce. Bitcoin is still around 78,000. Ethereum is still around 2,400. Next, let's get into Robert Greene's Daily Law for today. Title: Appeal to their unrealized greatness. Make your targets feel elevated, lofty, spiritual, and your power over them will be limitless. Here's the breakdown. Most people believe themselves to be inwardly greater than they outwardly appear to the world. They are full of unrealized ideals. They could be artists, thinkers, leaders, spiritual figures, but the world has crushed them and denied them the chance to let their abilities flourish. This is the key to their seduction and to keeping them seduced over time. Appeal only to a person's physical side, and many amateur seducers do, and they will resent you for playing upon their base instincts. But appeal to their better selves and to a higher standard of beauty, and they will hardly notice that they have been seduced. When it comes to long-term investing, it requires us to recognize unrealized greatness before the broader market fully appreciates it. The goal is not simply to invest in companies because they are popular today. It is to identify businesses with strong leadership, durable competitive advantages, growing markets, and ability to become significantly greater over time. However, we must separate genuine potential from an attractive story. Unrealized greatness must eventually be supported by revenue, earnings, cash flow, execution, and disciplined management. When it comes to day trading, unrealized greatness can be compared to unrealized momentum. A stock may have the potential to break out, but potential alone is not confirmation. The trader must wait for price action, volume, market structure, and support or resistance to validate the move. Do not trade what a ticker could become. Trade what the chart is confirming in the present moment. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Now let's get into these charts so I can give you these levels of support and resistance for our $1 trillion ticker. Let's start with Nvidia, currently in the pre-market at $212.51. To the downside, we got the pre-market low. It's very close to pre-market lows right now. The pre-market low is $212.45. Underneath that, I got $211.05, $210.50, $210.11. 208.62, 207.25, 205.90. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 214.07. Followed by 214.75, 217, 219, 220.65. Next, we got Apple currently in the pre-market at 310.52. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 309, 307.51, 307, 305.75, 399.95, 302.95. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 310.76, followed by 312.10, 313.59, 315.85, 317.65. Next, we got Google currently in the pre-market at 346.05. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 346, followed by yesterday's low of 345.60. Underneath that, we got 343.86, 341.59, and then top of this gap at 338.55. To the upside, we got the pre-market high, 347.50. Above that, we got 348.65, 350.16, 351.60, 352.65, 354.80. Next, we got Microsoft currently in the pre-market at 488.29. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 487.35. Underneath that, we got 485.71, 484.30, 480.70, 477.15. To the upside, we got the pre-market high of 489.50, followed by 492.44. And then we got last week's high of 492.65. We can get above that. We can go to 493.90. And then we'll be getting closer to 500, y'all. Next, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 260.67. Underneath that, we got 258.87, 258.02, and the top of the gap at 257.05. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 262.20, followed by 263.89, 265.15, 266.40, 268.25, 269.60. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market. It's pushing pre-market lows right now at 417. Underneath that, we got 414, 411.05, 406.70. To the upside, we got the pre-market high, 420.88. We get above that, we can go to 425.68, which is the bottom of the gap. The gap goes to 426.80. Above that, we got 429.40. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market. It's pushing pre-market lows right now at 356.61. Underneath that, we got 355.31, 353.60, 351.50, 347.75. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 359.85, 361.68, 363, 366.15, 369.50. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market, pushing pre-market lows. Seems like a lot of companies are pushing pre-market lows right now after that data came out at 5:30, y'all. Not good. All right, so we got Tesla currently in the pre-market, pushing pre-market lows at 347.15. Underneath that, we got 345.42, 341.50, 338.95, 335.70. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 350.70, 353.70, 357, 358.70, 363.24. Next, we got Meta Platform, but Meta is reacting positively, unlike all the others. Okay, Meta's just pushed pre-market highs right now. Meta currently in the pre-market at 585.50. To the downside, we got 580.75, 573.85, 570.80, and then a pre-market low of 568.29. To the upside, we got the pre-market high of 589.28, last week's high of 590.25, followed by 594.70, 601.85, 604.50, 611.25. Next, we got SpaceX currently in the pre-market at 136.90. Underneath that, we got the pre-market low of 136.43, 136.10, 134.50, 133.35, 131.39. Next, we got the pre-market high at 138.50. Above that, we got 139.75, 140.90, and 144.95. Next, we got Berkshire B. Berkshire B is looking strong in the pre-market. Like Meta, currently pushing pre-market highs at 505.80. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 504.29, followed by 501.43 and 501.12. To the upside, we got 507.05, 509.15, and 512. Next, we got Eli Lilly currently in the pre-market at $1,235. To the downside, we got the pre-market low, $1,231. And we got a small gap here. The gap will be filled at $1,228. Underneath that, we go to $1,212. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at $1,238, followed by $1,245, $1,255, $1,264. Next, we got MU currently in the pre-market at $920.60. Pre-market low is $920. Underneath that, we got yesterday's low at $916.30, $895.10, and then the top of this gap that starts at $887.60. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at $932.83. We got the bottom of this gap at $936.40. The gap goes all the way to $958.25. Next, we got SPY currently in the pre-market at $764.80. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at $764.50, followed by $764.30, $763.05, $762.35, and then the top of this gap at $760.55. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at $766.40, followed by $766.80, $767.35, $768.15, $770.55. Next, we got QQQ currently in the pre-market at 708. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 707.40, followed by 706.19, 704.80, and then the top of this gap at 702.70. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 710.90, followed by 711.80, 714.04, 714.85, 717.80. Next, we got IWM currently in the pre-market at 298.50. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 298.32. Underneath that, we got 297.97. And then we got 297.05, which is the top of the gap. The gap goes all the way to 296.70. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 299.65, followed by yesterday's high at 299.80. And then we got the bottom of this gap at $300.34. It goes all the way to 301.22. All right.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
All right, we're going to end the show with one of these songs I made, y'all, using Suno.
$1 trillion tickers. Precincts. Before you master the market, you gotta master yourself. It ain't the money that traps us, it's our emotions tied to it. We were taught how to use money to survive, but never taught how money is used to create freedom. Today, we rewrite the code. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, we clocked an hours, got taxed to the bone. Now I borrow off my credit, let my cash stay home. From overtime grind to leverage in place, now I let assets talk while I study the waves. Used to trade all my time just to earn every check. Now I'm learning how flex dollars connect. Money ain't the destination, it's a tool that I use. Either put it to work or let it work you. Trade beyond the trigger, think beyond the check. Freedom mind first, then you earn respect. Labor gave us limits, now we move a skill. Purpose in my profit, faith funds the will. I'm not afraid of green, I let it breathe and grow. No panic in my pulse when the trend runs low. Strategic with the cash, gotta know what to do. Use money or be used, that choice is on you. Emotions had me shook when the chart turned red. Now zoom out time frames, bigger move instead. Had to break free from that working class script. Now I talk to the market like we gon' flip. Fear used to control every trade I made. Now patiently calm while the market plays. Red days don't define me, I execute my plan. Mastering money, emotions, now I understand. Trade beyond the trigger, think beyond the check. Oh, freedom mind first, then you earn respect. Oh, labor gave us limits, now we move with skill. Purpose in my profit, faith funds the will. I'm not afraid of green, I let it breathe and grow. No panic in my pulse when the trend runs low. Strategic with the cash, gotta know what to do. Use money or be used, that choice is on you. I used to chase green, like it might run out. Now I sit in the dip. I I don't move off doubt. The goal ain't just income, it's building control. Letting money work while I'm guarding my soul. Every dollar got a purpose, every move got intent. I invested for tomorrow or strategically spent. I don't worship the money, I just give it a route. Make the money serve the mission, that's what freedom's about. Oh, if you still panic every time it drops, it's not a market problem, that's a mindset block. You ain't just losing trades, you losing trust. Until you master your emotions, profits always feel like lay beyond the trade, think beyond the check. Free the mind first, then you earn respect. Oh, baby gave us limits, now we move with skill. Purpose in my profit, faith funds the will. I'm not afraid of green, I let it breathe and grow. No panic in my post when the trend runs low. Strategic with the cash, gotta know what to do. Use money or be used, that choice is on you. It was never just about the market, it was about the mirror. Oh, you're not just battling bulls and bears, you battling your blueprint. Oh, master your emotions, use money with wisdom, or money will use your wounds. Matt Riches. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Today.